Well, some residents of Abbotsford are waking up under evacuation alerts or have already been forced to flee as flood concerns grow in the region. The province says it is a serious situation, but are stressing that for now, this is not expected to be a repeat of the devastating 2021 floods. Our Reagan Hasegawa is in Abbotsford for us this morning near Claiborne Road and Highway 11. Good morning, Reagan. With daylight, we can see a little bit more what's happening behind you there. We know that the Nooksack River has topped its banks south of the border. It's caused major flooding. What is the latest where you are?
Good morning, Carrie. Well, things are starting to look up here in the city of Abbotsford. The rain has held off and the water is slowly starting to recede from what we can see here on Claiborne Road near Highway 11. But this community is not out of the woods just yet. We know that 370 properties are on evacuation order in the Sumas Prairie West area, and then also in Sumas Prairie West, East, and Claiborne Village, about 1,000 properties on evacuation alert, meaning those people need to be ready to go at a moment's notice. But officials stress they are better prepared for this kind of flooding situation compared to what we saw back in 2021.
I want to assure you that we are in a much better place than we were in 2021, and that the Emergency Operations Center is fully staffed and prepared to support as this event unfolds.
So overnight, those evacuation alerts did remain in effect for those 1,000 properties in the region, and the Nooksack River in Washington state did spill its banks and flows were expected to peak overnight, but we are seeing that slow decline that officials were expecting this morning as the water returns to its banks later today. Officials say the volume of water is similar to what they saw in 1990 and 2021, but the duration is far shorter and the rainfall in the Fraser Valley has eased. Key reasons they're not expecting a full repeat of what we saw 4 years ago. Still, the Minister of Emergency Management is urging anyone near waterways or in low-lying areas to have a grab-and-go bag ready for each family member, including pets, and be ready to leave if an alert does become an order. The province says it has flood control equipment, sandbags, and provincial crews are on standby and is working closely with Whatcom County as well as Washington State as this event continues to unfold.
We started to see that a little bit, and we would certainly encourage, with everything that's going on in the Fraser Valley and Abbotsford this morning, ask people to respect all the barricades, directions of officers. We're still in the active processes of assessing what's happening, what we expect in the weather event that we're experiencing. But the members of the public can really help us out by respecting those barricades and being safe.
Yeah, that's the main thing, is everyone's safe, and the rain has subsided. There is still pooling water out there, especially in the area where you are. What's your message for people who may be thinking about heading out?
Yeah, my drive in this morning was quite treacherous. There were a lot of roads that weren't actually shut down that probably should have been, and that's because the water was extremely deep. I want to mention this barricade behind me. I want to say about 75% of the drivers that have come up here have not obeyed this barricade and have decided to drive through anyway. And you have to be careful in this situation because it can be quite deceiving. You can see a minivan is just coming through here right now, someone that has decided not to follow the barricade. And keep in mind the water can be a lot deeper than it appears. And we know that because there is vehicles, we've been told, on the other side of the hill behind me that are actually stuck in the water because they chose not to read those signs. So you heard the message there from Abbotsford Police Chief. They don't want people driving through these areas, and they're asking people to actually avoid all non-essential travel in this region if possible.